Hey guys, this is Tony Martinez. I'm from the Fountain location here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV. I'm doing this video today as a special request to Grant. So Grant, we're going to do this video for you, buddy. So this is the new 2024 Mountain Aire 3823. This is a brand new floor plan for 24. We'll go over some of the things that are pretty unique about it. This graphics package right here is called Inverness. So if you like the colors and everything of this is called Inverness. So as we start in the very front here, you have the 22.5-inch Michelins, and those are wrapped around some Alcoa alloy wheels. So I have those turned for a reason, and we'll get into that a little bit later in the video. But some of the optional things, you have docking lights. They are recessed. You have your fuel tank, which your fuel you can fuel from either side. It's 150 gallons of fuel, and once again, go from either side. As we go up above, you can see that this one is equipped with the window awnings. You do have the two big patio awnings, so basically the whole side of the coach is awnings once they're out. They do have wind sensors, so if it does sense a certain amount of movement, those awnings will retract and come back in. We'll start here with some of the bays. I'm just going to open everything up in the beginning so we don't have to be bouncing back and forth. So as you look in your first compartment there, you have your refrigerator freezer. It is on a slide tray, so even when the slide is out, you can still get to everything without having to crawl underneath the awning. And it does have quite a bit of capacity there, so you can kind of see how everything is there. And once again, like I said, even if the slide is out, you can still access all of this once you pull it out from the slide tray. It is a manual slide tray. So put that back in here. Then the next compartment, you can see it's a partial pass-through. Your Oasis is on the other side, but these do have power slide trays. So these ones are powered, where the other one was a manual. So you can pull these out. Newmar always equips all their new coaches with a couple extra tiles, so in the event something does happen or you drop something on the tile and maybe it cracks, you have a way to replace that with matching tile. On the other side, same thing, power slide tray. You do have your central vac, hose accessories and everything, so makes everything real nice and real convenient, so you're not having to pull anything or have to worry about any of that. The next compartment here, as we go along, is just for tools. So your tanks and everything are right behind here, but if you have to transport any kind of fluids, DEF fluid or anything, it does have a pegboard, so if you need to hang any tools or anything like that, it's pretty convenient to have that on this within the coach and everything. As we go here, once again, recessed docking lights. So as we talked about earlier when I left the wheels turned, so I don't know if you can see this on camera, but I turned the wheels intentionally so you could see the passive steer and how it works. So what this does is these two rear wheels actually turn, so it helps the turning radius of the coach. This is part of the luxury line. So this is the only one that you can get in a 38-foot, so it's the 3823, it's roughly 39 feet long, but this one has, Newmar typically starts their tag wheel at 40 feet. With the Mountain Aire, they did it at 38 feet, 39 feet. And so basically what this does is this allows you extra towing capacity. So the New Aire, which is part of the luxury line as well, only has a single wheel, and that one only will tow 10,000 pounds. Once you add this to this, you add an extra 5,000 pounds worth of towing. And then the nice thing, once again, with the passive steer, these wheels do turn a little bit to shorten your turning radius. So it's one of the only luxury coaches out there that's this short, that has the tag wheel and allows for that extra towing capacity. As we go into the next compartment here, that is your DEF tank. That is 15 gallons worth of DEF, so you have quite a bit of range with your DEF tank. with that 15-gallon capacity. Here's your chassis batteries. You do have two of them. I like the Spartan is the chassis this is on. The only way you could get the luxury line with Newmar is through the Spartan chassis. So if you like the luxury line, get used to this setup right here because it's the only way you can get it. You do have your filters and everything real easy to get to. Your battery disconnects here. So Spartan makes everything pretty easy, so you're not having to reach in through the engine compartment or anything else. They just make it here on the side. As we go to the back, this is on the Spartan K3 chassis. For 2024, Newmar upped the horsepower by 25 horsepower. So the 2024 has 525 horsepower and about 1695 foot-pounds of torque. This is up 25 horse from the 23s, same amount of torque, so 25 horsepower. We always get asked that if it makes a difference. I think it makes more of a difference up here rather than right here because it's the same amount of torque. 25 horsepower isn't a real big deal. Same kind of towing capacity, so you have 15,000 pounds worth of towing, 1,500 pounds of tongue weight. So you have quite a bit of towing for such a short coach. And then as far as getting into the motor and everything, just pull it down and you can see a lot of technicians will like this because everything is for the most part pretty easy to get to. There's a lot of room all around the motor, so you can see everything that there is. This is the 12-liter Cummins. So 525 horsepower, good, but if you're, like I said, it's only 25 horse up from the 23s. As we close this, we'll go over to the next compartment. You have your side radiator. So it's a big radiator. That's what keeps the 525 horse cool. As we go over everything again, you can fill the DEF from both sides, 15 gallons. So the main tank is on the other side, but there is a fuel over here on the driver's side as well. This next compartment here is just a wet storage, so like if you need to store your sewer hose or anything in there, there is holes in the bottom of it, so if you do store your sewer hose in there, you could just wash that out and get all that stinky stuff out. As we look on this side too, you do have the window awnings on this side as well. Your slide awnings, these two up above, those are just for pretties. This is just to match the other side. There is not awnings inside of those canisters there. So that is just to match the aesthetics to the other side because you're about 13 feet 2 inches. So it looks taller than an average coach, but in reality, it's probably just as tall as the other ones because of those rails up there and you can't see the air conditioners and the satellites and everything else up there. We'll go over this inside too. This is an egress door. So for an emergencies, if God forbid something happened in the front and you need to get out, this door opens and there's a ladder on the bottom of it, so you can climb out rather than jumping out of a safety window that's 8 feet in the air. As we go here, this is your wet bay. As you see, Newmar makes everything super clean and super neat. All of this is laser etched, so this isn't decals like some of the other manufacturers do where over time it's going to fade or wear out or anything like this. This is etched in there for the long haul. Everything is clearly marked. Everything is easy to get to. This one has the SantaCon system. We've kind of touched base on that before. So this is just your gravity dump. So basically if like the lot here, right behind me, the lot is lower, so that would work perfectly fine as far as dumping your sewage and your gray water and everything. But in some campgrounds, the dump may be up above you, so that's when you'd use this system because basically it's a pump and it'll allow all that stuff to go uphill and you'd still be able to dump everything out. You have your water hose, which is on a power reel. That makes everything real convenient. You have your water filter here, so this is a whole house filtration system. So even if you're in a place that doesn't have the best water, that'll make sure that it filters everything out for you. You do have your outside shower, so if you need to wash your feet off or anything, or wash a pet off, you have that, and it does have hot and cold. So before you track anything into your coach, you can turn the water on and just wash everything off. And then also, we've kind of touched base on this too. Newmar does their compartment doors a little bit different. So you notice that there's a little bit of a space here. So as if you watch and you get close, as I start closing it, it lifts itself up and then allows it to close, so you don't have to worry about crunching a compartment door with the slide or anything. Newmar does their slide, so everything's completely flush, which adds to the clean look and the high ends of the Newmars, because in my opinion, Newmar is the very, very best. They pay attention to every detail. The Amish build them, so their workmanship and craftsmanship is second to none. So yeah, Newmar does a great, great job. We'll go to the next compartment here. This is just your power cord. It is on a power reel, so anybody who's had to wrestle a 50 amp power cord when it gets cold or anything, they're a bear. But with the Mountain Aire, you do have the power reel, so you just push the button and it will retract for you. Go to the next compartment. This is your Oasis system. This is what provides you heat for the coach and provides you hot water. You can use this on electric, or you can use it on diesel. So this will keep the coach warm for you, provide you basically unlimited hot water long as you're plugged into a source, because if you're dry camping, 105 gallons worth of fresh is going to go somewhat quick. It'll last a while, but you have 105 fresh, you have 80 gallons of gray and 60 gallons of black. So the Newmars with the bigger tanks and everything will allow you to dry camp a little bit longer than some of the other competitors. Go to the next compartment here. Once again, your batteries are on a slide tray. This is an all-electric coach, so you do have 8 batteries in there. So once again, dry camping and everything will allow you to extend your stay a little bit longer with those batteries. We go over here. This is the other side of your fuel fill. So once again, if you go to a truck stop or anything and they have the high velocity pumps, you could just go from both sides and fill up your coach even faster. We go to the next compartment here. This is some of your fuses. They do come with the window washer with the squeegee and everything. Everything is mapped out for you, so if you want to take the challenge of kind of diagnosing some issues and everything, it'll kind of tell you where everything's at. However, I tell my folks just to leave this to the pros, because you don't want to mess anything up when it comes to any of this electrical stuff. As we go here to the front, and I have the generator compartment pulled out. So this is a 10,000 kilowatt generator. This does run on diesel. So it does share the same tank with the coach. The fuel feed tube for the generator stops about a quarter of a tank. So in the event that you're running the generator and it drops below that point, it's going to shut itself off. And the reason why they do that is just so your coach doesn't run out of fuel just by your generator, so you're not stuck somewhere. So that's a cool feature to have, especially if you do a lot of dry camping. If you look over here, Nick, there's a hot water valve. So if you need hot water to wash bugs off the front of your coach or the windshield or anything, that red valve there is for hot water. Your windshield wiper fluid's clearly marked, easy to get to. Once again, some of your filters and everything. So Newmar, with their forward thinking and everything, makes everything, if you're so up to the challenge, to maintain the coach yourself. Then as we go around, you could see one of the easiest ways to designate a luxury line in the Newmar line is the hidden windshield wipers. So if you don't see windshield wipers, it's part of the luxury line. So if you pan over to like some of my other coaches over there, you see the windshield wipers. So those are part of the luxury line. And then as we scroll down to the other end, so you can see my Mountain Aire, my Essex, my London Aire, and King Aire. all the windshield wipers, you can't see them. So that's as you're just looking at the front end of these coaches, if you're not familiar with the names, but you want a luxury line, that's kind of a good indicator to see what is a luxury line and what is not. So what we'll do is we'll go inside now. I do have the slides closed, so this will give you a good indicator as to how much room is in there when the slides are closed. And I'll let you go in there first, Nick, so you could get a... And as we go in, you can see, you can still get to the front and the back of the coach with the slides closed. The way Newmar designs everything is they allow that so you could still use the kitchen, you can still open the refrigerator, and you can actually get into the bathroom. With the slides closed, the only thing that you really lose is the ability to walk around the bed. You can still get into it, you just can't walk around it until the slides are open. And since we're up here with the slides closed and everything, you do have the upgraded seating surfaces. This is an option here. So this is a passenger monitor. You can control the stereo, the cameras, the navigation, and everything. So the passenger can help you as you're throughout your travels and everything, and you won't be distracted as the driver. So what I'll do is let me scoot in behind you, and then I'll open these slides so you can see how much it opens up when the slides are out. And then over by the dining room table, you can kind of see that what Newmar calls more floor. Hit the wrong button there. So the slide actually goes out and down, which creates a completely flat floor, so you don't have the hump like you do in some of the other manufacturers to trip over. So that's what Newmar calls more floor. It actually adds a really clean look to it. So as we look around, this particular coach is optioned with the theater seating. The theater seating does have a big center console with a sliding drawer inside of it and everything. Those recliners are powered, so they will come out and everything. This is the Sea Haven decor. So if you like this decor, this is basically what it is. And then this is the Bermuda glazed maple as far as the wood goes and everything. And then when we go to the other side, even though you have a shorter coach, if you look over here, you do have a sleeper sofa. So this coach will actually sleep 4 in RV terms. You have 2 in the bedroom and 2 up here. And then if you can sleep upright, then you can actually sleep on the theater seating as well. You do have the televator that goes up and down. The one nice thing about the luxury line that I like is you have huge windows, very big windows. They do open on the wings over here, but the big windows, they do not open. Then as we go here, we'll go into the storage. So you have plenty of storage up here. Now I've got this. What do we have here? So this is something that I'm pretty proud of. The team here in Fountain has busted their butts on getting this award. This is the Diamond Award through Newmar, and this is for our location. There's only 8 dealers in the country that have achieved this award, and we're one of them. So this is something that, you know, if you're ever in Southern Colorado and you need your RV serviced, this is the place to do it. These guys have busted their butts to get this award, and I'm really proud of them for doing it. So this is just, I wanted to give a shout out to my parts and my service department here for getting this award here. So back to going through all the compartments and everything. We'll go over here. There's a couple little compartments here, some storage. So you have quite a bit of storage in here. Your Bose sound bar. We go over here to the kitchen. This is just to access and put your sink covers or your oven covers. They just fit right in here. So it's just easy to access them. This is one thing that I really like as well. You have a double sink, but the sink is huge. So when the slides are in, you lose this sink, but you still can use this sink. So just keep that in mind as the slides are opening and closing if you like to do things and cook or clean while you're on the road. This one does have the big kitchen window. That too is an option. Then in here, plenty of storage up above. And they do have the slide drawers. And this side as well. And as we go over here, you have a little compartment for your sponges or your rags or anything like that. Down below here, you do have some slide trays as well. Sliding trash can compartment there. We'll just go through everything. You have a pretty unique shaped drawer here, so you can put maybe spatulas and spoons or tongs or anything like that as you're cooking. This right here is just one of your ports for your Oasis system. So there's a little radiator behind there and a little fan. So you will have heat coming out of here if you're using your Oasis system. As we go over to the other side, you have a big drawer there. Basically the same size, maybe not as deep as the first one. And everything is soft close. And then you have your little drawer there. And if we go over here, this is your induction. So this is part of the all-electric coaches. There's no more flames in here or propane or anything, so this is all electric. The nice thing about this is this will boil water like within minutes. You do have to have magnetic pans. The nice thing is once you take the pan off and you touch this after you've done something, this gets pretty warm, but it's not going to burn you. The other nice thing that Newmar does is if you're cooking anything stinky and you don't want to smell up your coach like fish or anything like that, you can pull this induction cooktop out. You just unplug it, and then there's outlets in some of those compartments we looked at, and you can just cook outside. So that makes it pretty unique out here. So put that back in. Then right here you have your convection / microwave. And that does have a pretty good capacity in there to cook you some good meals and everything. We go down below. You have a utensils drawer and everything of that. It makes stuff easy for winterization. Here's your remotes for your bed. Here's your remotes for your awnings outside. They have a universal remote. That's an option. You know, all your sink drains, everything of that nature. Your sound bar. So all your remotes are in there. They do have some touch-up paint, so depending on the code that you do, and they'll even do this if you have custom paint, because Newmar will allow some customization, and you're able to pick your own colors. The pattern will remain the same, but you can change the colors within that pattern. You have your dishwasher down below, so that makes everything. Some people use that to store their wine in or put their pots and pans in, so they don't have to take up drawer space. So we go over here. This is kind of like the brains of the system. This will control just about everything that you'd want to control. Your lights, can control any functions of your lights. Your TV lift, so if we wanted to lift the TV up from here, we can lift the TV up from here, put shades down. So all of that stuff you can do that stuff from right here. You you can lock your doors. You can turn on the fans. This does have heated floors. Has 3 zones, so you can turn the heated floors on from here. Your block heater for the engine. All your climate controls, so you can control any of the zones, heating and cooling. That just tells you your water capacities and where you're at in relation to how full they are and everything. You turn on your water pump. You can turn on your generator from here. You can also set up your AGS settings. That's the auto gen start, so you can control that on voltage or temperature. So if you have pets or something like that, you can control it on temperature, and if it senses the coach getting above a certain temperature, it'll automatically start that generator, which in turn will turn the air conditioners off, cool the coach off, and then turn itself on. You have your DC power, it tells you the status of that, your AC power, status of that, and just your home. So it tells you all of your capacities and everything there. As we go over to the next area, this is the bathroom here. For a 38-foot coach, you can see that it's pretty roomy inside of there. The shower is pretty big. Plenty of leg room for some of the taller owners, so you're not have to worry about your legs banging the door or anything. And then this does have the AquaView system too, which is basically a recirculating pump. So once you turn on that system, it'll tell you when hot water is available. So it's not like at your house where you have to let the water run for a minute or so to get hot water. This will tell you when hot water is available, and then at that point you can turn it on. And then, like we touch base on outside, right behind the toilet is that egress door. And on the bottom panel of the door there is a ladder, so you don't have to jump out. You could just climb out if, God forbid, something happened in the front of the coach and you can't get out that way. You have a pretty big medicine cabinet, nice little sink. So once again, for a 38-foot coach, this is a pretty roomy bathroom. And then that sound you hear, I'm putting the slides out in the bedroom too, so we can do that. But as we're talking here, you do have your residential refrigerator. You can see the capacity on the refrigerator is quite large, so less trips of having to go to the grocery store and buy food and everything. So that makes your experience more enjoyable, so you're not having to break camp or anything to go get groceries. You have a large freezer with an ice maker and everything. This particular one does have water in the door. Not all of them will have water in the door. So that makes everything real nice. Here you have a big pantry. And you do have adjustable shelves here. So all of these are on slide drawers and everything. You can adjust these wherever you want if you have some bigger items or anything like that. Newmar just presets them here. But the nice thing is they do lock in place. To open one of these, you can't. So if you're driving, it's not going to just come out. You have to push on it, then it releases. Then just more compartments for like dishes or anything like that as well. As we go into the bedroom here, this is a king bed. This is the air mattress, so that too is an option for you here, that you have the air mattress. And then you do have a little bit of storage down below. You do have 2 folding chairs that does match the decor up front, so you can actually dine with 4 people on that table, so you're not limited to 2. And then as you can see here, you do have a couple additional leaves to extend that table out for 4 people if you're using it for that. And as we go to the other side, you do have some really roomy drawers for any of your clothes or anything. There, those drawers are pretty deep. You do have a little bit of storage up here, but that's mainly for your audio video equipment, so a dish receiver or a Starlink modem or anything like that. You do have the same keypad here that mirrors all the functions of the one that we just talked about. So you can control everything from here in the bedroom as well. Nice big TV. You do have drawers underneath it for socks or underwear or anything like that. So they're not real deep, but they're pretty pretty long there. As we go over here, you do have a nice stackable washer and dryer. So that makes things real nice. Down below that, you can see those vented compartments there too. That is where your Oasis comes out, the heat and everything. So you do have heat back here. I can squeeze in here. You have a nice roomy master closet for your hanging clothes. You do have spots for your shoes or anything like that. You do have outlets back here if you wanted to plug anything in back here. So it makes things real nice. Once again, for a 38-foot coach, Newmar did very, very well when it comes to providing a lot of storage area. As we go up above here, you have some nice cabinets. You do have an access port here, so I don't know if you can see that there. So folks that have a CPAP or anything, long as the machine fits up here, you can run your hoses down through there. So Newmar, once again, they're forward thinking. They think of stuff like that, so you don't have to do anything yourself. But you have drawers all the way across. You do have the outlet, so if you do need to plug in that CPAP machine or any kind of, any kind of other medical equipment, you can plug it in right there. And then you do have some storage on the sides. I'll open this side too. So as you can see, there is outlets on there with USB, so charging your cell phone or anything like that, you can just plug it in and then you run the wires through here so you don't have to leave that door open. So this is the 3823 by Newmar. It's a model year 2024, brand new floor plan for 2024. I like this coach. It's nice and roomy, and for a 38-foot coach to have the tag wheel, that's huge. So if you have any questions on this coach or you need additional details, give me a call at the Fountain location. My cell phone number is 719-423-9813. I'll talk to you soon, and you guys have a great day.